Welcome to part 9. Many verbs in English use get or become. And examples of these would be to get bored, to get tired, to get angry, to get dressed, to get upset, or to get distracted, so on and so forth. We can also exchange this word get for become, to become bored, to become tired, to become angry, to become upset. In most cases, we can kind of interchange the words get or become. Now, the nice thing that we're going to introduce in this video is that a lot of these verbs in English using get or become are actually reflexive in Spanish. Let's look at this example. The verb is to get up. In Spanish, what we have is levantar, which means to raise. It reminds you of the word levitate in English, levantar. And then they make it reflexive to raise oneself. So we get levantarse. Now, what they use this for, what it means is to get up, like you're sleeping in the morning and you get up. So you have levantarse, you raise, to raise oneself up. So you can see that here we have a verb in English, to get up, which in Spanish is reflexive, levantarse, the way that you get that word, get here, which is often difficult to translate into Spanish, in many cases is through a reflexive verb. Let's work with this levantarse and conjugate it in all the different tenses. So we begin, as always, by removing the se so that it looks a lot less intimidating. And let's go through the present tense. So we're going to again play around with this AR ending. Replacing it with an O means that we're in the present tense for I, and we add in our reflexive part here. So me levanto is I get up. Literally, I raise myself up. Me levanto. Then we can go to you. Te levantas. You get up. Se levanta. He, she, or it gets up. Now we have levantamos for we, and this changes to nos levantamos, we get up. Then finally we have like this, se levantan, for they get up. So this was a very quick demonstration of how we would take that verb in the present tense using it reflexive. And all the time you could hear in English we were saying get, get, get. So I get up, you get up, she gets up, we get up, they get up, and so on. You see, in Spanish, the way that you are translating this get is through a reflexive verb. Let's move into the future tense now. So we go back to levantar and we just use a handle. So I'm going to get up, right? Voy a levantarme. Now we don't need to conjugate the verb because we're using a handle, and we just throw on our little pronouns at the end. So voy a levantarme. You're going to get up, vas a levantarte, like this. He's going or she's going or it's going to get up. Voy a or va levantarse, switching. So literally he's going to get to raise himself up. Va levantarse. Then we have vamos, and replacing this with nos. Vamos a levantarnos. We're going to get up. Then we have for they, van a levantarse. They're going to get up. Let's work now with a dot past. So we have levantar. Now for I got up, we have this accent over the E like this, added in. Me levante. I got up. Me levante. You got up. Te levantaste. Literally, you raised yourself up. Te levantaste. For he, she, and it, we go to the O, and this changes to se. Se levantó. So now he got up, she got up, it got up. Se levantó. Now for we, this becomes nos. And we have levantamos. It's the same in the present tense and the dot past. Nos levantamos would be we got up. Then finally for they, we have this aron sound because we're with an AR verb. So it would be se levantaron. They got up. Lastly then, let's work with a line. So we would return back again. Levantarse, to raise oneself up, to get up. Levantarse. Get rid of the se. And because we have an AR verb, we're working with this aba sound. Levantaba. So we have me levantaba, I was getting up. A line in the past. Me levantaba. For you, we have te levantabas, adding the S for you. Te levantabas. Then we switch back to it again, but levantaba, adding in se. Now we have se levantaba. He was getting up, she was getting up, it was getting up. All the time reflexive. Himself, herself, itself, even oneself. Then we have we. So you have levantábamos. Let's do the syllables here. Levantábamos. Levantábamos. And here we switch to nos. Nos levantábamos. We were getting up. And then this then goes to an N for they. Levantaban and se. Se levantaban. They were getting up. I hope that over the course of this module, you've been able to see just how much power reflexive verbs can add to your Spanish. And in this video, we looked at, in particular, how in a lot of verbs in English, we use this get or to become. Often they're interchangeable. And this word get or become sometimes can be quite tricky to find a way to actually translate that into Spanish. But we use the word get all the time in English. We're constantly saying get, 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 get. And one of the ways that we deal with translating those types of things into Spanish is that a lot of them translate as reflexive verbs, as we've just seen here. In every example that we went through in the present, future, dot, past, and line past, we were using the word get. So that's something really valuable to bear in mind. And in future lessons, we're going to dive into this a bit more, because you'll certainly find a lot more common examples of where we're using get and become and in English, and we're going to be translating them as reflexive verbs in Spanish.